Hello students and welcome to my channel Maths App. So today in this video, I'll talk about curve tracing and we will talk about a special curve that is rows, right? So I'll tell you the shortcuts, how to calculate rows and how to trace it in a second, right? So you'll find it very interesting. So let's proceed to a rows. Now, when we talk about a rows, the equation of the rows is R is equal to A cos n theta, right? Now, depending on the values of n, we will have the process of tracing it. So when n is odd, we'll do the first case when n is odd. So when n is odd, first of all, we need to decide two things. One is how many leaves it will have and where will the leaf start from, right? So if n is odd, then the number of leaves, they are sometimes also known as petals. So the number of leaves will always be equal to the same number, that is n, when n is odd. The first petal will always start from n equal to at theta equal to 0. And the next petal will always shift at an angle of 360 by n, right? So we did a similar process in my last video where we were drawing the lemniscate. So if you remember that the equation of lemniscate was r square is equal to a square cos 2 theta. So the first petal or the first leaf was occurring at theta equal to 0 and the next leaf was occurring at a shift of 360 by 2 there, right? So the same concept is here also. So when n is odd, the number of petals will be n. The first petal will occur at theta equal to 0 and the next petal, it will shift with an angle of 360 by n. So these are the important points you need to take care while we are tracing the curves, right? So now when the petals are less in number, for example, if I have n equal to 1, so there will be only one petal, right? Now what would be the shape of that petal? The shape would be completely a circular object, right? But when the number of leaves or the petals, they keep on increasing, the circle, it will start distorting and it will take the shape of it will become oval, right? It will become, as n increases, it will become more cylindrical, right? So let us take the first case when the equation of these rows is r is equal to 3 cos theta. So now what is here? N, if you check, n is equal to 1. That means this is just one petal, right? It will have one petal. This is the first thing that we will decide. And the petal will start at theta equal to 0, right? And what is 3 here? 3 will denote the radius of that petal, right? The entire, you can say that the point where it will cut the axis, it would be the point 3, right? Okay. So here this is. So you can see that this is the circle which is starting at theta equal to 0 on the axis theta equal to 0 and the point where it cuts theta equal to 0, that point will be 3. So you can say that the diameter of the circle will be equal to 3, right? So this is what is r is equal to 3 cos theta. Now we'll move on to the second rows. So let's take the shape, the curve, the equation is given as r is equal to 3 cos 3 theta. Now when r is equal to 3 cos theta, so we can say that the number of petals in this curve will now be 3. So the first petal will start at theta equal to 0 degrees and the next petal will shift at an angle of 360 by n. So 360 by 3, that is 120 degrees, right? Very good. And what would be this 3? This 3 would act as the diameter of the circle, or you can say that the point where it cuts the theta equal to 0 or whichever line it is cutting, that point would be 3, right? So now let us see. So you can see there are 3 petals. The first one is starting at theta equal to 0. Then the next petal is at an angle of 120 degree and the third one is also at a shift of 120 degrees. So this is how all the symmetrical, you can see that the number of petals are increasing. So from the circular shape, now it is becoming a bit oval, right? So as the number n goes on increasing, it will become more sleek, right? Okay, so this is how we draw the petals, right, of the rose. So now let us take n a little big. let's take r is equal to 3 cos 5 theta. So here, the number of petals in this rose will be equal to 5, right? Now, the first petal will occur at theta equal to 0 degrees. So, whenever it is cos, it will always start from theta equal to 0. And the next petal, they will occur at an angle of 360 by n, which is 5. So, how much is this? So, we will get here 72 degrees, right? So now let us see the shapes of this rose. So you can see that the first petal is at theta equal to 0 degrees. Then the next petal, there are 5 in number. The next petal occurs at a shift of 72 degrees. The next one at a shift of 72 degrees. The next one at a shift of again 72 degrees. The next one at a shift of 72, and the last one at a shift of 72 degrees, right? And another observation that you can see is that when we had one petal, it was circular, completely circular. As and when the value of n is increasing, the petals, the shape of these petals, they are becoming more oval, they are becoming more sleek as n is going on increasing, right? And this point will represent the point 3, the amplitude that is given here, right? Okay. So now let us take another one. R is equal to 3 cos 7 theta. So here the number of petals will be equal to 7. The first one will occur at theta equal to 0 degrees, and the next leaves will occur at 360 by 7, right? So 360, it will roughly give us 51.4 degrees, right? So now let us see the shapes. So you can see that the shape is becoming more oval, right? It is becoming more sleek. And if you count the number of petals, there are 7 in nature. And the gap of every petal will be shifted at an angle of 51.4 degrees, right? And this diameter is acting as 3, right? Okay. So now, if I give you another rose, let us see. Now let's take the second case when n is even, right? Now when n is even, then what happens? The number of petals they increase. It will become 2 times n, right? When n was odd, the number of petals was same as the number n. Now it will become 2 times n. What is the second change? The first petal will always occur at theta equal to 0, but the next petals, it will occur at a shift of 360 by 2n, because now the number of petals are 2n, right? Okay. So let us take the first simple case when r is equal to 3 cos 2 theta. So here, how many petals we will have in this curve? It will be 2 cross 2, so that is 4, because here n is equal to 2, which is an even number. So the first will occur at theta equal to 0 degree. The next will occur at 360 by 4, right? So 360 by 4 is 90 degrees. So let us see. So you can see that it was n is less in number. So you can see it is bit circular, right? So this is the first leaf at 0. Then it is getting shifted at an angle of 90 degrees. Rest are also getting shifted by 90 degrees. Okay. Let us take the next one. The next rose is r is equal to 3 cos 4 theta. So here, how many petals we will get? The number of petals will be 2 into 4, that is 8. And here, the first leaf will occur at theta equal to 0 degrees, and the next leaf will occur at 360 by 8, right? So 360, so it will give us 45 degrees. So now, since the number of petals are more now, so you can see that the shape will become more sleek, right? So this is how the figures, the curve of rose will become. The first one is occurring at theta equal to 0. The next leaves will occur at a shift of 45 degrees. And you can see the count, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? And the diameter of this rose will be 3 units, right? Okay, let's take another one. So let's take r is equal to 3 cos 6 theta. So here, So by now you must be able to do it. The number of petals will be 2 into 6, that is 12. The first one will occur at theta equal to 0 degrees, and the next leaf it will occur at 360 by 12. So that will figure out to be 30 degrees, right? So you can check out. So you can see that the shape is becoming more sleek. They are 12 in number. The first one is at theta equal to 0, and the next leaf they will occur at theta equal to 30 degrees, right? Okay. So with this, we move on to the next rows, that is r is equal to 3 cos 8 theta. And I'm sure you will be able to draw this curve. So here you will get 16 petals, right? And you can calculate yourself that by how much angle the petals will move on, right? So this is the shape of rows r is equal to 3 cos 8 theta. Okay. So with this, we move on to the next one. So now if I have r is equal to a cos 3 theta, I'm sure you will be able to judge it. Since now 3 theta, so 3 is an odd number. So the number of petals will be equal to 3. The first one will occur at theta equal to 0 degrees, and the next leaves will occur at a shift of 360 by 3, that is 120 degrees, right? And now the diameter of this leaf will be equal to A units. So since there are 3 petals, so that is why this rose is called a 3-leaved rose, right? So you can see that the first one is occurring at theta equal to 0, and the next leaves they are occurring at a shift of 120. Okay. Okay. So with this, I'll give you an example. We will try r is equal to a cos 2 theta. So here again, cos 2 theta, 2 is an even number. So the number of petals will be equal to 4. First one will occur at theta equal to 0, and the next one will occur at 360 by 4, that is 90 degrees, right? So we can see the shape. The first one is occurring at theta equal to 0, and the next one is occurring at a shift of 90 degrees. So since there are 4 petals in numbers, therefore this kind of leaf is called a 4-leaved rose, right? Okay. So I hope the rows with the with the equation r equal to a cos n theta, where n is even or where n is odd, is clear to you, right? And I'm sure that you will be able to trace these rows in a fraction of a second, right? With these concepts. So still, if you have any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. And if you like my video, do hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed my channel, do subscribe the channel to get the latest updated video, and believe in yourself, you can definitely do it. Thank you so much and have a nice day.